Beautiful it is. That was great. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our wrap-up speaker. Don Steger has been a member of this club for 33 years and served as president of this club in the year 2000. Don was Charlotte Assistant City Manager for 17 years. He served 6 years as Vice President of Corporate Health Services at Carolina Healthcare System. And he has been a professor in the Graduate School of Business at Pfeiffer University Charlotte Graduate Program. He currently works as a research consultant and instructor for business and organizational leadership development and strategic initiative planning. And to fulfill his religious commitment, he is part of the ministry staff at Reader Memorial Church in Charlotte. Let's welcome Don.
Thank you, Hank. I am grateful that I was not booed. Thank you for permitting me to share. Thank you, John, at this club. A few reasons why I'm happy to celebrate Thanksgiving. And I said a few reasons because as I reflected on this when my wife said, don't forget you got to write something down or you'll bore them all morning, all day. I'm thankful for being a part of this worldwide fellowship of Rotary. The privilege of visiting other places in the world and finding people who accepted me as a Rotarian. And it was because I was a Rotarian that some doors were open in those places for me. So I'm thankful for Dave Burkhalter. God bless his memory. When I came to work in Charlotte, Dave had become senior active and then non-mandatory. And he said to me, you're the guy on my staff that I want to be in Rotary. And he brought me here 33 now plus years ago. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for diversity. I'm grateful really for knowing that our differences and the differences that I experience in my fellow human beings makes me something special because I have the ability to not only touch the lives of so many people from so many perspectives, but to have them touch my life. And I reflected last night as I thought about today how enriched my life has been because of people in so many places, with so many experiences and with so much wisdom and so much to offer, have befriended me and have changed so much of my life. I'm grateful for the opportunities that life has afforded me. I got to tell you this, when I started out as a 16-year-old, I had a pretty good voice, and I took a job at a radio station and dropped out, really, out of high school. I just getting through the 11th grade. I was a pretty smart kid. Daddy was really proud of me, and Mom didn't say a lot about it, and she was too. How disappointed they were one day to discover when Mr. Davenport called and said, we haven't seen your son since. And Dad says, you know, you're 18 years old, so it's time to go to the Army. I protested, Dad, I'm 17. He said, you're a lie, I was there when you were born. And off I went. Into the reserves first, and then to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Fast forward 3 years. A white colonel one day, when I asked him if I could spend my last 6 months as his assistant in the chapel, said to me, you know what, Steger, you're never going to be a damn thing. You're never going to amount to anything. Because I looked it up. You didn't even finish 10th grade. You'll never be anything until you go to college. I didn't even think about benefits that I had as a veteran. I came home and went to Memphis, Tennessee and enrolled. And I got to tell you this, I went to school full time. That means And I was in class every waking hour. Stupid. I didn't know what full-time was. I enrolled in 21 hours my first semester of my freshman year. At Thanksgiving, up before the Thanksgiving weekend, the dean and president called me in and asked me, how did I get into 21 hours? And I said, Dean, I'm full-time. Well, they looked at my grades, and thank God I'd done pretty good. I didn't do anything else. I didn't date, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink. I just went to class and went to bed. But they gave me credit for all 21 hours. So by the time I finished the next semester, I was an advanced sophomore. Here's the good part. I walked into my room that day after conversation with the dean and the president because they said, we can't give you your grade because you haven't paid anything. And I was surprised. I thought, like public schools, they paid for me. But my roommate was also a veteran named Foots Everhart. Foots said to me, Steger, let's go to the post office. They got a special delivery for you. I went down there, and a man in our church at home named Mr. Lewis had talked to our pastor, and the pastor told him, Steger said, boy, no more in college over in Memphis. He didn't have any money. Mr. Lewis wrote a check that covered all of my expenses, all of them, for the first year. I didn't go home for Thanksgiving because I had a job at Baptist Hospital in Memphis, so at Christmas time I went to see Mr. Lewis. He died the day after I got the letter. I'm grateful for Mr. Lewis. And at that moment decided that I would finish as far as the university system would take me. And I didn't know what a PhD was. I thought that was something that you got if you were a good kid. But I went forward. Mr. Lewis's blessing followed me, including the gifts from the United Methodist, then the Methodist Church, and the United States government. In the 9 years that I attended college and university, I paid nothing. And 9 years later, graduated from the University of Florida system with the doctorate that Mr. Lewis would have done. I'm grateful for folk like Mr. Lewis and Dave Burkhalter and many of you along the way have assisted Fred and Lula in bringing up their boy. I'm also grateful to live in a world and in a country where such things can happen. I'm proud to be who I am, where I am, with a label called an American. I'm also thankful for dissent. I'm happy to meet people who disagree with me, who have different opinions. Well, because their differences help me and encourage me to re-examine my position. And I've discovered that when I re-examine my position, I've left a heck of a lot out. It helps me to re-evaluate my position. And I do it and discover that it has benefited me. But more importantly, it has benefited people who were affected by what I thought and the way I live. I'm grateful for the philosophy of life that was given to me from two people. Mom finished 9th grade, Dad finished 7th. But I'm grateful to them. Stayed on me to go to school, make something of myself. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for Beth, my wife, and for my children. I got a kid who was a priest at the Catholic Church in Nashville, Tennessee, where all the Grand Ole Opry stars go. Boy, does that make me feel good. When I sit in Mass and listen to my kid deliver the homily, I am grateful. I'm grateful for you. my brothers and sisters in this Rotary Club, where I've come 33 years. And I've taken a break to visit some others. So I'm grateful for Rotary. I know you. I've seen you in Crefeld. I've seen you in Amman, Jordan. I've seen you in Memphis, Egypt. I've seen you in Jerusalem. I saw you in Scotland, up in Edinburgh. I've seen you all over the world. And each time I had the chance to stand and look at that club's members, I see you and I see myself. I see the fellowship of Rotary. Where am I glad? You did me a great favor in accepting me. You've changed my life so much for the better. This Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for you to allow me to express my gratitude to you. And in so doing, the divine and gracious Father, whom I call God, is probably pleased with me and with you that you look out for one of his kids. Thank you.